Hello, everybody. Here I am. I'm so sorry for the slight delay. We're just however excited here because, as you probably know, and you can see probably behind me as well, Adobe Max is launching tomorrow. So even my computer and all my technology got excited here. Today, we're here like a pro. We're going to be working, creating a brand and all the branding collateral using Spark and Lightroom. But before we jump into the actual like a pro today and we start to build this asset, let me tell you a little bit more about Max. So as you can see, Adobe Max is right here. You probably should be already familiar with this wonderful logo of the wonderful conference, the creative conference of the year, finally coming back on our screen, live and free for all. And let me guide you through the actual portal where you can register, because as I said, it's absolutely free. All you have to do is to register, and I'm gonna take you there in just a second. First of all, I want to say hi to everybody that has been here in chat waiting. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I was there making sure that the phone was working, because today we're going to be working on our mobile. We're going to learn how to create branding assets on the go. So hi Cody Bear, lovely to see you here. Thank you so much. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled for Cody Bear's little links. They're going to be dropped in chat. Those are very useful clickable links that will allow you to access to all the different assets that I was talking about. Jennifer, nice to see you. Chris Olson, Carlos Lugo, come and say hi in the chat. Alice Lee, We're Live is here. She's going to be here also with us afterwards as well. We have a very, very busy day at Adobe Live. But as I say, tomorrow Max kicks off at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So there's going to be this extraordinary virtual experience that you can join. And again, if you're watching from YouTube and you have questions about Max, if you have questions about today's session in Like a Pro, make sure to go ahead to behance.net/Adobe Live or b.net/live. And here you'll be able to say hi to me and of course get all your questions answered, because that's the chat that I can read. I can only read the Behance chat. So if you're writing on YouTube, I will not be able to see your messages. Who is excited for Max? Put a chat or a rainbow in the chat, because I want to see how many people are excited for Max. I'm actually absolutely buzzing. See, I can't even talk. It's like a party. So I'm so excited to see everybody together. But let me go ahead and show you how you can actually join Max. As I said, is absolutely free for all. All you have to do is to head to max.adobe.com. That's the website that will allow you to register. Here you have a link that says register or sign in. It's over here. You can sign in with your Adobe ID, or you can also register with your email. And again, it's all for free. There are going to be a ton, hundreds and hundreds of amazing guests, speakers, labs, session, all about injecting creativity. I remember when I experienced Max for the first time, I got excited about it for like over a year. The excitement of Max, the amount of content, tips, the things that you can learn in all apps, plus of course sneaks and the new releases on all the app. It's just mind-blowing. I'm always inspired, I always learn, and I always got back to work the week after Max excited to create more and to use the tools that we're going to be discovering, the new features that we're going to be discovering at Max. And in fact, having said that, first of all, thank you so much, Eric, for your comment. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. We have so many people that I'm so happy to see. John, I'm happy to see everybody. Of course, some are familiar faces, some are new faces. I can see a lot of rainbows. Let the chat explode with rainbow for Max. Brandon, Carlos, Eric, Munir, Vanessa, lovely to see you here. Lovely to see your rainbow for Max. Something that I wanted to show you is also my sessions. I'll be in particular here at Max with 3 different sessions. So session 300 is a session that dedicated to InDesign and how to transform any document to a digital experience. I will be sharing with you how to create a document that contains buttons, links that you can share, that you can, create as a link and then go back and edit as many times as you want, how to add videos. We're really, really gonna have fun playing with InDesign and all the interactive features. So, that could be a great way also to create your portfolio. If you want to know how to create a digital portfolio, that session is absolutely perfect for you because it will allow you to put together text, images, videos, link, and you're gonna basically receive a link out of it. The other session that I will be presenting at Max is also session 351, techniques for the creator on the go. Today, with our stream in Leica Pro, we're gonna have a little taste of what that experience is like. In fact, in this session, I will be talking about Lightroom, but then I will take it further into Photoshop and Illustrator, of course, using Adobe Stock, Adobe Capture, and using the power of the Creative Cloud together. Today also we're going to be talking about our Creative Cloud libraries. And then I'm going to be here at Adobe Live, accompanied and hosted by the wonderful and lovely and talented Karen Lewis, which is going to be my host for the first takes in graphic design. We're going to learn and discover together how to use the new features in InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop for Adobe Creative Cloud 2022. The only thing I can tell you so far is that it's going to be mind-blowing. There are so many new features. They are very exciting, and I cannot wait to show you. So don't forget that Adobe Live starts at 9 a.m. with the keynotes, and you can also join the community, the Adobe Live community in the live lounge at Max. Now, perhaps something else that I could show you here is that I've actually created a page on my website with the Adobe Max 2020. So if you want more information about what I've been talking about and other links, I am Kladi.com/Max 2021 as all the different way to register, and of course a little bit more informations and some little sneak preview regarding the sessions as well. So feel free to have a look there as well. But something else that I want to share with you before, I know there is a lot of information, a lot exciting for Max. I'm going to repeat this information throughout the stream. We have 1 hour together today. I melt with the background. Everything is white. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions so far. Richard, what time is Max tomorrow? Susa, here we go. The question came at the right time. So tomorrow, community live launch for Adobe Live. You're going to have 1 p.m. Pacific time, the lovely, talented, beautiful Kristen Autumn presenting the first take in photography. So Christy is going to take over Lightroom and Photoshop. So she's going to show us all the new features of these new amazing apps and the new releases that are going to be, of course, first of all, revealed at 9 a.m. At the beginning, at the kickoff of Max with the keynotes. And then we're going to be with me for the first takes in graphic design. As I said, we're going to be covered InDesign, Photoshop, and Illustrator, and all the enhancement. I'm going to try to do as many demos as possible to really make sure that you are excited and comfortable learning the new feature and see how you can implement it in your everyday workflow. And then the lovely and talented Aaron Draplin. Oh, the lineup is like, I'm going to be watching all day. I actually booked days off just to watch Max besides my session. So Aaron Draplin, go make sure and check it out. He's a Max speaker, wonderful illustrator. So he's going to be at the Adobe Max Community Live Launch at 2 p.m. Followed by our dear Kathleen Martin. I'm sure that if you've been hanging out here at Adobe Live, you know Kathleen Martin before for the Photoshop Creative Challenge and so much more. She's part of the design team at Adobe. So make sure to go ahead and tune in for a deeper dive into the illustration apps. And then Ken Lashley, another amazing speaker at 3 p.m. Here at the Community Live Lounge. So there's going to be so much going on. And 3:30, meet the Max speaker, Catherine Eisman as well. So again, I believe that's going to be photography. So much content. Make sure to check the schedule because you're gonna have more details. Munir is saying Max is the best. I'm so nice to see that everybody's excited. Fancy background. Yes. Sam, we're excited. Samantha, nice to see you. I'm excited for Max. I'm super excited myself. As you can tell, I'm all like, to me, Max is a party. I'm probably gonna show up with a very crazy makeup and hair if you know me already. And I'm just gonna go ahead and show you real quick the Wednesday as well. It's just worth to take an extra time to dedicate to Max. Is it only happens once a year. That's the only bad things about Max. They would just have it once a year. It would be nice if we would be Max every day. So tomorrow is almost the time of the year to say happy Max, and to celebrate together creativity and the power of expressing ourselves thanks to the wonderful Creative Cloud apps. And again, I want to mention everybody here in this amazing lineup for Wednesday, kicking off at 1 p.m. in the community live launch for Adobe Max, Shirin Havi with the first takes in video, and then 3D with Wes McDermott and Jeanette Matthews. And I apologize if I'm butchering a lot of last names or names with my Italian accent. I apologize in advance. Then Meet the Max speaker Valentina V, the wonderful, lovely Valentina is going to be I'm not sure which app she's going to talk about in particular, but she's a wonderful director and videographer, so I can sense a little bit of Premiere Pro and After Effects maybe coming that way with Valentina and a wonderful session. Of course, every time that you see here Max speaker, you can go back to the portal. I'm going to show you again real quick the one where I was showing you my actual session, and you can search the names of all these speakers and actually go and check out their sessions as well. And if you're interested, you can build your calendar, and you can also sync it with your own computer calendar, so you always know where you're gonna go at the right time. After, we're gonna have Alice Todd with a first take in UI and UX, followed by Shine Webster in another wonderful Max speaker meetup. And then at 3:30 we're gonna have my dear friend and wonderful Max master speaker. So I believe that Mark was more than once nominated and awarded the master Max speaker. I don't even know if that's the way you say it, but he's amazing. He's awesome. He's super pro in Photoshop and Illustrator and so many other apps that I'm not even aware of. So make sure to go ahead and check out all these amazing speakers and Max. And I'm going to show you once more. Max.adobe.com is the place where you want to land to register. And of course, you can browse the speakers here from the speaker page. You can check the speaker that I mentioned and so many more here. Of course, we're going to have the chairman of Adobe giving the first welcome with the keynotes, followed by all these other amazing VIP guests and speaker. I cannot even look at all of this because I keep getting excited about all these wonderful personalities and VIP and guests that are going to be here. Now, remember, a lot of these sessions are there and they're going to be live, and they're going to be the breakouts, which are live with chats. So, for example, during my session, I'm going to be there with the chat. Some sessions are going to be able to stay on a replay, but some other sessions are just going to be taken off outside Max. So, strongly recommend to go ahead and use your filters in order to select whatever tracker you're interested in. So, in which apps, for example, you can see here all the different apps that are listed in Max. So from Acrobat to Stock to Sign to, of course, Illustrator or Photoshop, Lightroom. In this case, if we see Lightroom, and perhaps we're going to go ahead and select graphic design, you're probably going to see my name popping up, because that's what, alongside all these other lovely and wonderful amazing speaker. We have Nigel, Tony, so many wonderful other speakers. It's worth to mention everybody, because everybody is super talented here. And then you can go ahead and check your instructor, and you can see here at the bottom of the instructor page, you also have information about the person that is talking, and of course their session. And all you have to do is to select the session. So towards the end of the stream, I'm going to go back and show you again the slide with all the other speakers and, you know, all the other meetups. And all you have to do is to make sure to add the schedule. I mean, of course, I'm a participant because I'm speaking, but I can see Karen Lewis in the chat. So let's go ahead and use Karen as an example. So you can actually search by name as well, your speakers. So Karen Lewis. And then once you search, you can see is a session empowering community through collaboration in editorial design. We know that the product is InDesign, so it's going to be talking about InDesign, and you can add it to your schedule. You have automatically my time that you see there is British time because I'm based in Manchester, UK, but the calendar will adapt to your time zone. So whatever you see is the time of your time zone, and all you have to do is to add it to your schedule, and then it's gonna be part of your schedule. And here you can find your schedule, and you can see all the other different schedule that you have added for your Macs. And as I said before, you can also sync this schedule. You can download it and sync with your calendar and your computer. Again, I can see the chat on YouTube moving quite a lot, but it's way behind in my studio. If you want to come and say hi, or if you have any question about Macs, or if you have any comment, or if you want to communicate or ask anything, make sure to drop on b.net/Adobe Live. That's the chat that I'm reading. That's the chat that I can reply to. So make sure to come and join me here on Behance, so I will be able to say hi to you and, of course, reply to any questions. So again, Andreas Holler, nice to see you. We're saying happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday, everybody. Ricardo, representing Italy. Yes, ciao. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Rocky. Oh, we have Rocky, my dear, I would say friend, although I haven't seen you since quite a while now. Wonderful speaker. Go ahead and check Rocky Montescar photography as well. I had a wonderful opportunity to meet him at Max and to meet him during one of my previous trip in Vegas. It's a party. I love to see all these friendly faces coming up around Max. So make sure to go ahead and check Rocky's portfolio on Behance. I'm super excited to see you here. Fantastic. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I think I gave you a lot of information. Remember, you can head to my website and you can get more information about Max. And since I'm on my website right now, I want to direct you right away to something that is going to be very helpful for today's stream. I'm going to jump back here together. And what I will suggest to do, I can see John comment real quick before we move forward from Max. I haven't put together a custom Max schedule. Not sure it's useful for me. Watching the Adobe Live content could be enough. John, I would strongly recommend to put a calendar. There are some luminaries, speakers, VIP guests that you do not want to miss. And some of the sessions are on a replay, some are not. Of course, hanging out at Adobe Live, that's what I do all the time. Even when I'm not streaming, trust me, I'm watching Adobe Live when I'm working in the background. But I would strongly recommend to, to take advantage of the schedule and to take advantage of this networking opportunity. You're going to have those amazing speakers interact with you live in chat while they deliver the session. So that's an opportunity not to miss. You can get really technical questions, inspirational questions. I went to Max to follow one of my design guru. I started to work with Adobe when I was in Max. So Max is an opportunity not to miss, also for networking, not only for inspiration, creativity, and learning all the beauty about the new Creative Cloud. So make sure to go ahead and check it out. I would strongly recommend to at least pinpoint few that regard the product that you want. I don't know if you're into illustration or into branding or into design. Make sure to go and at least have a look, because I'm sure that you will find very many valuable sessions that you want to add to your schedule. But what I was saying before is that since we are on my website, if you head to the resources, so iamkladi.com/resources, you can find a ton of free materials that I create here during the lives. But the one that I want to point out to you today, because I think it's going to come quite useful, is the social media size sheet for 2021. If you click on download, you will be able to access this PDF. By the way, created in InDesign and available for, sharing with everybody through a link, which is super cool. And you'll be able to discover all the social media sizes because, we're going to be creating a brand and we're going to be creating the social media assets. And I do that every day. And if you think that I remember all the sizes by heart, well, the reality, and that's the beauty of the life and discovering the real workflow, I don't remember all these sizes by heart. And I'm dyslexic, so I'm sure that I proved it here in other streams before. Even if I read the actual size, it's probably most likely that I'm going to switch the numbers. So that's why I thought, I'm sure that that's an exciting document that is going to come handy for many people that are looking to create digital assets. And you can find LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and Twitter on this document. And it's just free. You can just download it. We're going to use it today, so I'm just going to leave it there before we get started. I can see Annika in the chat, Karen saying hi, Umacron. Jan, fantastic. That's absolutely up to you. That's the beauty of Max. You can build your own experience. You can take whatever you want from it. And, I just think that just even chilling here at Adobe Live on the community lounge is going to be so, so inspiring. And we're going to learn so much together. Vanessa, wait, I missed. Where do I get that? I do access social media template. So you access it by heading on iamcladi.com/resources. And I believe it's the second one. Here it is. So you can either click on the image or you can click on download. And from there, where is the link? Here it is. Kladi has just placed it there. So in the chat. So is iamcladi.com/freebies. There are many freebies that I've created throughout all the different Adobe Live, but the one that we're going to be using today, again, here is the social media template. Here it is. So hopefully everybody is up to date, and we can start to create our brand. So let's go ahead and start in Spark. So today I'm going to show you how you can create a brand from scratch or use assets from your Creative Cloud library. We're going to be using both tracks because I really think that is important for, with starting already, if you already have your own business or if you have a side hustle, if you want to grow your social media, create a new logo, Spark will allow you to create professional assets while having fun. And we've already been talking about Max and all the other fun things. We have about half an hour to create a lot of things. We're going to be working in Lightroom as well. I just want to make sure that I show you what a real workflow is. Even if you're not a professional, this is the right place where you can learn how to create professional assets. Hopefully while we have a good time together with a wonderful community here at Adobe Live. Harris, thank you so much. I'm very lucky because I love what I do and I have fun with all of you, the beautiful community here at Adobe Live. And as I say all the time, here at Adobe Live is a safe space for everybody to learn together. Every time that I share something with you, I learn something myself. So I'm always very honored and happy to be here. But let's get started. So spark.adobe.com is the place where we can start. As you can see here, we have many different assets that we can start with, from an Instagram post to an Instagram story or to a custom size. And again, what we're going to do here in order to create the first custom size, which perhaps can be a logo that we can use for our Instagram, I'm going to show you how to do that if you already have a logo. So we're going to go ahead and create a brand. But we're going to have a little parenthesis because there is a feature here in Spark that will also allow you to create a bespoke logo. So I'm going to go real quick through that as well because time is ticking while we're having fun. So if we go ahead and from the social media cheat sheet, we're going to go ahead and see an Instagram. If I want to see the profile image of my Instagram, all I know is that it has to be a 1:1 aspect ratio, so pretty much a square. And then what appear on your home page, it will appear at 110 by 110 pixels. Fantastic. So that's what we want to know for our Instagram, and that's perhaps what we want to create. I strongly recommend, sometimes to make image a little bit larger. What we want to know here is that the aspect ratio that Instagram is going to accept is a 1:1. That means that it's a square. So maybe we can up it up a bit to something like 200 by 200. And that's what I'm going to do. So let me show you how you can do that here by creating a custom size. Once you click on the custom size, you'll be able to create the size the height and the width that you prefer. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and set 200 by 200. Make sure that your units are in pixels because we are looking to create assets for screen, and therefore our units are pixels. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on next. As you can see here, we can select many other different template size which are available already for us to use in Spark. So that's how we will start in order to create a white canvas. But if you don't have time and if you really got to create something, there are many options, recommendation here from Spark in terms of templates. We can go ahead and select any templates you will prefer. So in this case, if I go ahead and search any of these templates here, you can go ahead literally and scroll whatever you prefer. Maybe we can go ahead and use this one afterwards once we're going to go ahead and promote our shop, because that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be working with a shop. Is a fictionary shop. I've created it for this project, but I'm really excited about it. I'm probably going to do like a personal project out of it. It's called the Gift Emporium, but I created a logo that just says the Emporium, so we can actually put the product in the image. I'm really excited to show you. So John is asking, does Spark have a desktop app? So Spark is available on your mobile. Fantastic question. Thank you for asking this question, John. So Spark is available on your mobile, and we're going to switch real quick into my phone. As I said, today we're going to be working in Lightroom as well. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my mobile. Hopefully everything works. Here it is. I'm a big cartoon fan, so you can see my phone background as a cartoon. And in my creativity anywhere folder, which is on my phone, of course, Spark Post will be the app that I will launch if I want to start working on the phone. I just think that it's a little bit simpler to show in desktop. The features are pretty much the same. Again, the green button, like we did before, will allow you to create different assets and start with different assets. So you can literally browse, as you can see, Lightroom, your photo library, different background assets. And let me jump back into our desktop to show. And by the way, as you can see, I want to keep you hyped about Max for all the entire time that we're going to be spending together. So here we have our Max background for our mobile as well. Fantastic. So let's go back and head into my desktop screen. And before we move further, because there is so much that I can do, of course, that I want to do, and time is never enough when we're having fun. Let me go ahead and show you, before we dive deep into creating an image, it's very important to leverage our brands. So there are different ways of doing that. If you start with a white canvas like I've done now, you can go ahead and select the option called logos. And from logos, you will be able to use a brand that you created in Spark. So for example, here we have my business brand, which is Print My Soul. So once I click on the logo, here we go. We have the little logo that appears on our image like a stamp, and we can resize this. We can do whatever we want with it. So I'm going to actually go ahead and add this image, which, by the way, I took at the very last Adobe Max in LA. So this is actually a photo from Max, just to give you the idea of the fun that usually we have at Max. And hopefully we're going to have soon again when Max is going to hopefully come back live. We can use any image and then make sure that we our layers, I bring my logo on top, so we have any photo and any asset that has an image and also the logo. And if I wanted perhaps just to use these assets, as I said, as my main asset for our Instagram avatar, what I will do is just resize my logo and place it in the center, and then head to download and use a JPEG format and click on start download, and the image will be pretty much ready to go. So I can call that Print My Soul logo avatar. And that, you know, if you do have a logo, it's as easy as that. But if your question is how do you create a brand? Well, let me walk through that real quick. So if let's go back and click on the home page. again, and let's select brands. Brands is a fantastic way for you to keep all your assets together specific to a particular brand. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create a brand. And the first thing the Spark is going to ask you here is to upload your logo. Now, if you can upload your logo, as I said, I created a logo for this particular project, so we're going to do that. But if you don't, because it might, if you just started your business, it might be possible that you do not have a logo, you do not have the budget to hire a designer at this stage to hire a logo. I will still recommend at some point when you grow a business, of course, to hire a designer. But the reality of starting your own business is that perhaps for the first year, you cannot hire designers. So Adobe Spark puts you in a place in which you can create your own logo by clicking here where it says skip this step, no logo. It will allow you to have a go by using the logo maker. So we can go ahead and click the logo maker. All we have to do is tell a little bit of information about your business. So this will be my gift business is called, or my shop, whatever you want to call it. And then you can write whatever you want. Here I'm literally typing, anything that I want. In this case, it's called the Emporium. And if you have a slogan, you can put a slogan. If not, you don't have to put a slogan at all. In this case, it could be the Gift Emporium. And then simply click on next. And as you can see, you can quickly choose a style that will represent the style and reflect the style of your business. So again, don't forget here, when you work on Spark and pretty much in all the wonderful Adobe app, you can always go back. So all these choices and all this selection that we're making, they're absolutely flexible. So even if we select, for example, bold right now, and we go ahead and click on next, and then we go ahead and here, maybe just add, I don't know, I'm just going to add a plant because maybe my gift shop sells plants. If you know me, you know how much I love plants, so that will be quite an easy choice for me. So you can go ahead and literally select any icon, one of the many thousands of icons that are available, and you can use any keywords that you want and just simply click on next. You will see that we have many tasty and colorful options for us to use and download. So we have a very bold look for the Emporium. I actually quite like this one. That's really, really nice. I like many of them. So we have here different options with and without the icon. But as I said before, if none of these is satisfied and really feel that it hits your taste in terms of what you're trying to create, with your brand, you can always go back and switch to maybe a more decorative look. And here we go, you have a little bit more of a texture or of a hand-drawn feel with the type. You can choose and create any logo you want. And then once you select one in particular that you like, all you have to do here is to, again, just click on it. I'm just gonna go ahead and click on this one. And then you can change font if you wish, simply by clicking on font. And you can also change color. So if there is like perhaps one application of the logo that you really like, but you're not, happy about the color, still click on it because you'll be able to use different colors here. John, when does Max start? Yes, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's gonna kick off with the keynotes, where we're gonna be the first exciting welcome to the party, to the creative party that is Max. And yes, it's going to be on from the 26th to the 28th of October. Again, since we have question about Max, I'm just going to go real quick and simply jump into max.adobe.com. That's the website that will answer all your questions. Max.adobe.com is the place where you can register, you can browse sessions, you can have a look at the community. There are so many things in this year. There is the brain dates, there is the graffiti wall where you can have the visual conversations. I would strongly recommend to go and use the website and make sure that you take advantage of this time. These 3 days are going to be rich of prolific, inspiring creativity. So make sure to go ahead and join the party from the 26th to the 28th by joining max.adobe.com. Again, you can register for free. So you can watch it from your bed. I remember I had people watching from all over the world at different places, and they were on their couch, they were on their chair. Sometimes it was late, so they were in bed and they were posting on Instagram, sharing, because they had the opportunity to participate, even if they're chilling at home, because it's online and it's free for all. All you have to do is to register with your email. Here it is. So max.adobe.com, free virtual event from the 26th to the 28th of October. Fantastic. But let's go back to our logo maker. Once you're happy, you can go ahead and download. If you want that specific choice in your machine, that will create a folder with your new logo. And of course, you can create much more. And here already gives you a preview of the application of your logo, which I think is really exciting. And even just seeing like a t-shirt, we already have merchandising for our shop. We just literally done it in really few steps. Let's see if there is any other questions. Cody Bear, thank you so much for sharing the link for max.adobe.com. Steve is saying, yes, there is a ton of stuff on Max that is over and above Adobe Live. Adobe Live is part of Max. That's the beauty of it. So Adobe Live, and I'm just going to do this real quick because, I know that we have a ton of work to do. But hopefully everybody now, if you want to have a go to the logo maker, you can do that while I real quick jump back into our slides and show you. I'm not going to read everything again, but I just want to give you a little glimpse of what Adobe Live is going to look like at Adobe Max. So the Community Live launch is basically Adobe Live, part of Adobe Max this year. So Adobe Max in the Community Live launch. And I wanted to just give you like a little idea of what physical Max was. There is actually the Community Pavilion, which is this live lounge here, where the Adobe Max team was streaming, and I was there with so many wonderful other speakers and creatives, our wonderful Paco, which is always there behind the scene helping us out, making sure that everything looks amazing here at Adobe Live. Jacob is there, all the wonderful Adobe Live team. I remember last year was Catherine Hart, Valentina V, Kathleen Martin. But as you can see, this is the schedule for the sessions of Adobe Live in the Community Live launch during Max. So Adobe Live and Adobe Max are going to be running together. The creativity is going to go back and forth. I'm going to be on Adobe Live with the community. I'm going to be in the Community Live launch with Adobe Live, and then I'm going to be on my sessions. That's why I said you can put all of these sessions here. So even the first take in graphic design, this is something that you can register to. So I'm going to go ahead and show you Wednesday real quick, because again, so much good stuff going on here in the Community Live launch at Adobe Live for Max. But if we head back to my pages here, once you head to your, let me go back to the Max page, even the Community Live, so the Adobe Live session here, which I'm going to be streaming and hosted by Karen, is going to be part of the schedule. So everything that I show you there for the Community launch is there, and you're able to add it to your schedule and add it to your calendar, because Adobe Live is part of Adobe Max. They're going to run together, and the creativity is going to go everywhere in your laptops, in your phone, in your tablet, wherever you want, for free for all. So I'm really excited about Max. I'm not sure if you can actually tell how excited I am, but let's go back here and let's keep working with our Spark logo. So if you do not have a logo, oops, here we are. If you do not have a logo, you can create one with the logo maker. But what happens if you do have a logo? So you've already created a logo there. Norsh is asking, isn't Max just a major software update event? I don't understand all the fuss. Right, Norsh. So Max is a party. It's like one of the biggest creativity conferences about creativity. So yes, of course, we're going to have the keynotes, and we're going to have the first takes and so many other sessions that will reveal the software updates. But there are going to be hundreds and hundreds of free sessions. Usually in the past, you will have to pay a lot of money to get access to all these many luminaries and guests and speakers that will share their knowledge with you. So imagine like all the best teachers in the world about graphic design, videography, photography there to give you a free class not only, but there to talk with you or to answer to your question while they give you a free class. So that's why I say I would strongly recommend to go ahead and check out all these speakers. They are from all over the world. There are breakout in Europe, in different time zones, Japan and North America. There is so much going on here. So I don't even know how to fully express the quantity of creative inspiration and knowledge that there is in Max. Is not only about the feature release. Of course, we are celebrating, we're discovering the releases together, but some of my sessions do not talk about the new release. They just give you a way of creating things that I never show before, and that I usually show in courses that are paid. I usually have courses with LinkedIn Learning or Creative Live or Creative Pro, other events, but usually you have to pay a ticket for it, for these specific sessions, while Adobe Max is going to give you all of us speakers with many sessions and sometimes multiple sessions for speakers for free. So that's why I call it a creativity and inspirational injection. To me, just, it gave me a hype about creating new work. I think I almost change my style every time after Max, because I always learn so many new techniques that I just start to do things differently. So to me, it's a milestone in the year for my creative journey. Right. So let me go back and show you, because there is a question here about brands. Wendy's asking, can you add multiple brands if you manage others too? Yes, absolutely. You can manage multiple brands. So let me go ahead and add this brand that I created. So in this case, I'm going to go back and actually add the logo that I've created for the stream. So if we go back here into Leica Pro and our Emporium, we're going to be able here to add one main logo. I'm going to go ahead and add perhaps maybe the black one to have one main color here. Now remember, those are all saved as PNG. Saving a logo as a PNG will allow you to have a transparent background. So if you have a designer or a friend that created a logo for you and you're wondering which is the best image to upload, well, I would strongly recommend to upload the PNG version of your image, because that will allow you to have a transparent background, so it can then be layered into your images nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and upload it again. It looks like it wasn't showing because we have been playing with the logo maker for a little bit. So here it is. Go ahead and click on open and it will load, hopefully, into our Spark. If not, I'm just going to probably have to close the logo maker, because otherwise I think it's just waiting for the logo maker to start again. Let's just give it a little refresh, and again click on brands and then click on a create a brand, and from here we can upload our logo and click on open, and hopefully it's gonna load in just, maybe we can just give it a second. Now, as I said, I've created already an asset. So the beauty of working with Spark and with the Creative Cloud is that you can actually share your assets with the community, with your stakeholders, with your clients, and with your colleagues. So in this case, I've created a full library for these assets. So if we go back into our Creative Cloud app and then you head up to your libraries under your work, you can not only see the different libraries, but also the different files here. So in this case, if I head back to my different libraries, we should have a library that is called the Emporium. So they're in alphabetical order. So all I have to do is to make sure that I get to the letter T, and here it is. So here I also have the color code for the color of the brand. So when you work with a designer, all you need is a link to the library, and from there you'll be able to access the colors. So for example, we can start with this blue color, and that's the beauty. Not only we can see the color, but we can also see the actual code of the color, the X code. And that's the one that you'll be looking for when you want to add a color in your brand. So in this case is 4186C6. So all I have to do here is to, again, I believe it was 81C6. Let's go ahead and 4186. I'm really bad with numbers, as I said, so it's 4186 C6, it will bring us back to the same color, so we can click on save and we have the color, and then we can also choose a font of our choice, just like so. It's very, very easy. I can't believe the time is running up. All we have to do then is to click next, and then we can call this brand the Emporium, and by doing so we will create your own brand, which contains your logo, your font, and the color that can be used across the line. Now hopefully we'll create our brand. I just want to make sure that I'm on the right internet, because it's taking a second. I've been playing with Spark quite a lot, so if that doesn't work, as I said, I was having a lot of fun before creating, so maybe we can just give it a refresh. That's usually what I do. And to reply to Wendy's question before, when we were talking about different logos and how to manage different brands, you can always go back and see your brands. And as you can see here, I've already created a brand for our Emporium. Hopefully here it is. So I already uploaded different version of the logo. So first of all, yes, as you can see, I have Print My Soul, Evergreen, Plant Cafe. I have many brands that I can manage and use. The one that we're going to be using today is the Emporium. This is the logo. You can add more version of the logo. So once you start to build up the brand, you can add as many PNG or JPEG as you wish. And of course, with the color, you can add more colors and of course, more fonts. And now that we jump back into our assets, so when we go ahead and create our Instagram post, for example, not only we can have access to our new brands. Once we go into logo, as you can see here, we still have Print My Soul. All we have to do is to make sure to select design on the right side of the screen. And from here, from the 3 dots, we will be able to access the brand option. This will allow you to switch brand. So that's the way that you can also manage the different logos while you are playing within the actual assets that you're creating. And from here, just simply select the brand of your choice, and you will see here that it will update in just a second. If it doesn't update right away, maybe just close and then open it again, and you will see that it will bring out the colors. So here we have our Emporium logo here. And again, you can select it, and then you can change its size and place it inside your artboard. And here what you can do is to select icons or design assets. So what I like to do here sometimes is to add some like colorful patterns. So I love these geometric patterns here. Those are usually the one that I go to, but there is so much that you can search. For example, I love this retro look. It really fits the feel of my logo. So you can go ahead and simply make it bigger by using one of the corner of the bounding box. And you remember, if we click on this little layer stack, all you have to do is to select the layer that is on top. In this case, we want to bring it as a background and just bring it back. So in this case, we're going to have our Emporium logo really coming through, so we can perhaps place it there. But what if I have different assets that I want to use, like for example the photo of the actual product that you want to use for your shop? Well, that's where Lightroom come into place, helping to editing images. And I know that we have just like 3 minutes. I've been talking so much about Max and about creating a brand, but hopefully I'll show you real quick how to add your image. So here what I've done, I'm just going to go ahead and select one of the photo, and I'm going to jump into my mobile real quick. I'm already in Lightroom. Lightroom is available on desktop, on web, and also on mobile and tablet, and it updates throughout. So as long as you're logged in, you'll be able to access, manage, organize, edit, and store your photography pretty much everywhere. And also you can open it throughout different apps. So as you can see here, I took different photos of one of my prints that probably I'm going to go ahead and sell in the shop. And this photo is just a photo that I took literally on my bag, in my bedroom, on one of the desks. And you can see that is a bit tilted. So here, using Spark, I can real quick use the geometry, and by dragging the line, one vertical line and one horizontal line, we can see that right away it makes the image straighter. Then something else that I can do, I can go ahead and click on done. I can start to play a little bit with the light, but maybe giving a little bit more of contrast. I really want to make sure that we see the image coming out. And if I go ahead and click on selective, I will be able, by clicking on the plus icon, to paint around areas. In this case, I really want to make sure that my artwork pops out and the colors really come out. So what I do there is to just simply paint on it with my finger, then head to lights and maybe give it a little bit more of exposure. Now you want to be careful there because you can see there are some areas of the white that also come through. So you have an option here to either paint all the white areas if you want to make sure that they all come nice and bright, or you can also use the eraser, and with the eraser tool you can simply delete all the areas that are pretty much on the white to make sure that we really create a selection. And I'm going really fast here because I don't have much time, but here you can really zoom in and make sure that you could do a much better job to the one that I'm doing here by zooming in. And of course you can also refine the size by dragging up and down, as you can see, the size of the brush and or the eraser, and of course the feather, which will determine the hardness of the edge of the brushes, will be there. So in this case you can do that for both the brush and the eraser tool. And if we make like a smaller brush here and also make it a little bit harder, we perhaps will be able to re-add here in the selection all the areas that we wanted to add back, so that we have less of a harsh brightness. And you can also do that with the saturation, so we make really the art pop. Then just click on the little tick in order to make sure that you're done. And you can also use the crop if you want to start to go ahead and crop anything that you don't want. So if you don't want the book and you just wanted to keep it there, you can just go ahead and crop it just like so. Now this is going to be updating to my Lightroom, and the beauty of this is that once we go back into our screen and into our Adobe Stock, we will be able to access our images from our Lightroom. Now, hopefully, I don't know, we have 1 minute. Hopefully here, if we had Leica Pro, we have the image already cropped and up to date. If not, it's just probably because it needed a little bit more time. It looks like he hasn't updated yet, but that's the image. Perhaps with a faster internet, that will work a little bit better. But the beauty that I want to show you here, if you want to isolate your work, you can go ahead and click on Remove Background, and Spark Post will allow you to remove the background, and then you can also refine it by erasing or adding other areas. So in this case, you can perhaps delete the plant and the little lamp there and just keep the books and the frame if you want. Now, once you have time, of course, you will be able to see all the changes happening live also from Lightroom into Spark. Go ahead and click on apply the cutout. So now you will be able to actually use your product inside your post here. So we have my print, and again, you can go ahead and edit the cutout as much as you want. I'm running out of time here, so simply click on the apply, and you can use that for your shop, just like so. All you're gonna be left to do is to click on download and make sure that you download it as a JPEG, and then you'll be able to also post it directly into your Instagram post. So that's how you manage your brand and how you manage your post. Now, thank you so much, everybody, for this session. I was really excited. Don't forget to register for max.adobe.com. If you have any questions, just keep it in the chat. I'm going to be here hanging out a little bit more. Go ahead on max.adobe.com to register for the wonderful creative experience that is Adobe Max. And of course, stay tuned, because here coming up there is so much more fun at Adobe Live today. There is Alice Lee coming just right after me with Doodle Therapy with Cam Chan, and then after the live game show with Voodoo Val. Thank you so much, everybody. It was a pleasure to be with you, and I look forward to see you tomorrow when Max starts for the first take here in the Community Live Lunch at Adobe Live. Thank you so much, everybody. A pleasure as usual, and I hope to see you soon. Ciao.